skip it. See it or skip it. See it or skip it.
Welcome, everybody, to a new See It or Skip It. We're going to be talking about Now You See Me, Now You Don't, The Running Man, Edgar Wright is back, plus a pluribus of shows that we're going to be talking about.
I like that.
Came out on Apple TV, and we have interviews with Krista Milioti and Simu Liu. Wow, this is a jam-packed show. Now, usually we would jump into, covering all of the regular reviews and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Patrick said he had something different planned, which usually means chaos.
Or costumes. Last time it was costumes.
The costumes were good, but I have something better this time. We have a real-life magician with us, Paul Draper, but he wanted us to get to him in style. So I'm going to need everybody to just stay still for a moment. Whoa! Whoa! You transported us. I can't believe that worked.
So good to have you here.
That was so
Paul
scary.
Draper, everybody.
Well, we have to start with a little bit of magic.
Please.
I have a deck of playing cards here, and if you would, and I've never met before today, is that right?
Correct.
Just memorize all these cards in the order they're in.
Got
Right?
it.
Name
Locked
a
in.
card for me.
Name one?
Yeah.
Ace of Hearts.
Ace of Hearts. Now, when I spread these out just a moment ago, did you see exactly where the Ace of Hearts was in this deck?
I'm going to say yes.
You're going to say yes? Okay, you're going to see this from the bad angle.
Yes.
So I'll spread it out just like this. Don't tell her where it is. Your job is to find the Ace of Hearts. Anytime you want, say stop.
It's nerve-wracking.
Stop.
Right there.
Just like Now You See
You
Me, Now
see
You
what
Don't.
happened? Right there, right
my
there,
No
right there.
way.
Do you see it? I'll tweet out exactly where you said stop. Now, the funny thing about that Ace of Hearts, now, you could have chosen any card, right? Take your fingers like this. Just grab one, grab one, grab one. That one, you could have taken any one. Which one did you take?
What?
I say, just
Are you okay? I'm scared.
Don't move me.
Wow.
Sleight of hand that is used. And that's one of the great things in this movie is they brought in actual magic consultants that taught the actors how to do all of these flourishes and back palms and card manipulation and card juggling in order to share in the show.
Wow, that's amazing. So what did you two think about this movie?
I'm a big escape room girl. Like, if you put me in an escape room, I will find my way out of it. So I really liked the escape room aspects of it. And I also liked the first two movies. So I was looking forward to this one. And I don't know, I had fun. I thought it was a good
Yeah,
time.
it's like dumb fun, right? You sit there and you're like, yeah, this doesn't make a lot of sense, but why am I enjoying it so much?
Well, you've got that Robin Hood aspect of, like, they're giving to the needy, they're taking from the rich, they're having fun, and there's a heist scheme inside it too. But Paul, do you have any more to give us?
Well, there are lots of things I want to share that are real, authentic moments within the world of magic. There is a place, not the Eye, but the Magic Circle in London, with a circular staircase like the one in the second movie. There are these magic shops around the world. I opened the resort in Macau, China, the Sands, where Daniel Radcliffe's character was in movie 2,
Wow.
doing magic for the Sands Resort when it was run by Sheldon Adelson at that time. That's who would have been the head, not Daniel Radcliffe. But it's Ben Seidman, who's one of the magic consultants on the film, along with Jim Steinmeier and Jared Koff and other amazing magicians, they wrote me last night and they said, make sure to tell them there are lots of things that look like CGI, but very few of them are. Most of the things you're seeing are practical magic effects that if you were there in person, you would have experienced the magic trick.
See, those are the things
cool.
we're not going to know unless we have an actual magician on the show.
I
to
just
tell us.
assumed they were actual wizards in the movie.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
So here's a game you should never play for money, a game with 3 cards. Have you ever seen this played
No.
before? They play this on the street in New York and London. There's a joker. There are 2 in every deck. There's a joker right there. There's our money card, Find the Lady. You might remember this. Find the Lady. She's right there on top. She stays there on top of those jokers until you reach for your wallet. Where's your wallet at? You shouldn't have told me that.
Yeah, right.
You move it to the bottom. If you say it's on the bottom, she won't be there. If instead you say she's on the top, she won't be there. If you say she's in the middle, she has to be somewhere, but somehow not there. Is there any way to win? Sure. You get the security cameras out, and there's a lady on the bottom, the Queen of Hearts in the middle, right there. Whoop, lost one. Would you grab that for me?
Absolutely.
Which one is it? The Queen of Hearts
Hearts.
on top, right? That's how you do it. But look, there are only 3 cards, uno, dos, 3. That one's a queen, that one's a joker. What's this one?
I have to say Joker.
But a joker can be anything. What was your card earlier? Do you remember?
Tell me
Don't.
Hearts.
Oh no.
The ace.
What?
You guys, possible.
You guys
You
are in
tell me.
collusion.
And there are other parts of the movie that are true as well. This coming February, I'm lecturing at the University of Cambridge in London on espionage and how magicians can use, and mentalists can use the skills of mentalism for social engineering, hacking, and espionage. I've lectured at the World Bank, at the United Nations, at the World Intellectual Property Organization, and lawyers in the state of New York have to take my lessons to get their certification. So real magicians and mentalists are working in these espionage fields for real as well.
I love
That's
it.
incredible. So tell us a little bit more about what you thought of the Now You See Me franchise as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a lot of fun. I really like where they throw in real magic terms. Like when they go into one of the magic shops and they're looking for a sonata gimmick. What's that? Well, there are things in magic that are called feats. This is where you see an object, but you don't know that it's a hidden magical object. Or they ask for roughing spray. So they did deep research into the magic. Now, what's terrible is they did terrible research into things like Interpol doesn't have field agents. You know, why would they send her out with them? But,
Sure.
but they did have great magic consultants that worked on it. And there are different branches of magic, like the escape artist, the sleight of hand artist. There are partnerships. There are magicians, just like in The Prestige, who have worked with twin brothers before. And so there are many pieces within this that are real. Do we have time for something else?
I think we have time for just one more. And thank you, Paul, for coming on. This has
Okay,
been incredible.
I want to be real quick. You and I have never met before, right?
Indeed.
Okay, so I have some cards. Since we're in the movies, these were set used, not screen used, in the original Ghostbusters movie with Bill
Wow.
Murray.
No, am I going to get shocked?
I bought, no. I set it up under their feet. Here we are, circles, squares, stars, pluses, and bacon. Here's the first question. Are you going to be nice and take this pile, or rude and take mine?
I'm going to be rude.
Oh, he's so rude. You
This
said
is what
he
he's
was gonna
like
be
in
nice.
reviews.
Look at yours, mix them up. Mix
Okay,
them up,
mix them up,
mix them up, mix them up. I'll set one face down on the table. Whatever you think that is, you look at yours.
Okay.
You be the psychic. Whatever you think that is, put it face up on there.
Okay, I think it's a star.
Star, perfect. You really think it's that, or want to change your mind?
No, I feel like it's. I'm
think
really
it?
confident.
Okay, I won't
Yeah.
look at it. Here, mix. I'm gonna mix it up. Say stop. Say stop. Say stop.
Stop.
Right. Okay. What's that one?
What do we think? I think it's.
Yeah.
We're going to go square.
Square. Okay. Good. What's that one?
Oh, we're going circle?
Circle.
There's
Gotta
a
be
Squid
quick.
Game
What's that
ending
one?
to
Okay,
this.
plus?
Plus, last choice.
Bacon.
Now, this is important. This is important to see. Recap. Bacon plus circle, square, star.
Yeah.
Bacon plus circle, square, star. I put mine down first every time. You made every choice. Bacon plus circle, square, star. And your bank account numbers are. No. We'll go back.
Paul, thank you so much. This was incredible. Give it up for Paul.
Yeah.
Make
Paul
sure that you check
Draper.
him out. Where can people find you, Paul?
PaulDraper.com, and I still have availability for Christmas parties and holiday events and conferences coming up now. PaulDraper.com.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, Paul, again. Now get us out of here and get us back to our couches. Oh my gosh, we're back. Whew, Paul. He surely,
take it easy.
surely he knows that that's not OSHA approved, right?
I've seen things.
And it was an ace of hearts.
I've been to hell and back. Okay, let's jump into the next film, The Running Man. So Edgar Wright's back.
Yeah.
We got Glenn Powell as the lead. This is another Stephen King adaptation.
Fourth one of the year.
Now, there's a lot to say about Edgar Wright's films because we're all very massive fans of this director.
Yes.
But I know already from our group text chain that there's some issues that we all have. So, Ken, I'm going to bring it to you first.
We shouldn't even spoil it. We should just save it for the show, you know. But like this one follows the book more closely, and obviously not as grim because you have Edgar Wright involved, right? So he adds this quirky sensibilities to, I guess, the original plot. So it differs a lot from the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, which was just like one game show in one location, right? This is 30 days, and this one kind of fell apart for me. It makes me so sad to say because this was one of my most anticipated movies of the year.
Yeah, same.
Rebecca,
Yeah.
what do you think? Did it really fall apart as much as Kent was saying in the group chat?
I don't know that it fell apart, but it didn't hook me like it should have. I feel that Edgar Wright was put on a leash, and we have seen what he is capable of in other movies like Scott Pilgrim, and I think with The Running Man, he either needed to lean into way wackier or more serious instead of whatever this middle ground that I can't help but feel like the studio interfered with, which is ironic considering it is about state-run media telling us what we can and can't see.
It's true. For a lot of the story, it does feel a little bit watered down, Edgar Wright, but Edgar Wright's DNA is throughout the entire thing, whether it comes to the fun camera work that they're having, when it seems like it's just a drone following them through hallways and stuff. Glenn Powell, I know you've got your issues with him, but I think he is a great actor.
I think he's a phenomenal actor.
No, he's a movie star. He's not an actor. This is his performance is this the entire time.
But he's definitely going down the Tom Cruise route.
But here's the thing. I think Glenn Powell was misdirected in this movie because the character in the book, Ben Richards, his one personality trait is angry. He's a very angry guy, and there's not much you can do with a character if that's his only trait. And I think Glenn Powell could have done more if they allowed this character to breathe and develop, but instead he had one track.
That track was running, though. Josh Brolin is in this. We have Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingo steals the show.
All actors in this movie innocent. I think all the actors in this movie are innocent.
Except for the main one, sure.
Oh my goodness. So here's my biggest gripe with it. I think the ending could have been cut immediately when they went to this specific area and a new character is introduced. That kind of feels like she should have been involved from the beginning. But instead she's at the end and we're trying to care about her, but I just don't.
It is plucked directly from the book. So I understand her character involvement and her part in the last sixth of the movie is in the book, so I can understand why she was there, but also they could have cut it entirely. And
when you're adapting something, you do have to look at the things that work and the things that don't. And I feel for what Edgar Wright was trying to do with the story, that really throws a curveball into the momentum for where we were going.
And it's hard, right? This movie, this world is kind of meant to be satire and like an overreach of power, but the satire was like, hey, you want a monster? Hey, you want some Cinnamon Toast Crunch? And I'm like, you guys invented a cereal brand for this movie. Follow that, right? Give us a RoboCop or Starship Troopers sort of world here.
Now, the MVP, though, of this is Michael Cera. Michael Cera's whole sequence was so much fun for me. And look, they do talk about things. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you could talk about political. You talk about the media affecting everything, how it gets into the political side of the head of the whole country is approving these. There's Hunger Games references. But at the end of the day, is it fun to see in a theater? And to me, I had fun.
I personally felt let down. I'm so sorry, but here's because this is one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and I did feel.
Does that break your heart more? Because if you just didn't know about the director, would you be like, "This is an okay action movie"?
And that's the question. Like, do we judge harsher because Edgar Wright is such a great director?
Probably, and it's same way I felt after watching Frankenstein. I know Guillermo del Toro is capable of more, and that's how I felt watching this. I know Edgar Wright can deliver something spectacular, and this, like I said, felt like he was put on a leash.
So with that, you're going to give it what?
I don't know.
It's a skip it. It's a straight up skip it. This is his worst movie. I hate to say it.
Considering the movies that are in theaters right now, go see it. If you're looking to go to the movies this weekend, go see it.
That's what I like. This is very much a theatrical experience, and once it gets to streaming, it will be a lot more forgettable. But what do you guys think? If you have the weekend and you have the time, go check out The Running Man. Let us know what you thought about it. And if you love Edgar Wright films, what is your favorite? Because we all have ours: Hot Fuzz or Scott Pilgrim.
Hot Fuzz for me. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
Okay, well, with that, let's move a little bit over into Leo, who has the disc drop for us. Spin it.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Disc Drop. I'm Leo and I'm here to tell you everything that's new on physical media this week. And oh boy, there's so many titles out this week, I gotta do a speed run with it. Alright, let's get into it. From Disney we have Freakier Friday, out now on Blu-ray. From Sony Pictures we have Caught Stealing, out now on 4K and Blu-ray. From Paramount we have The Naked Gun, out now on Blu-ray and 4K. We also have Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues on Blu-ray. From Neon, we have Together, out now on Blu-ray and 4K. From Warner Brothers and the first time on 4K, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. From Universal, we have Him on 4K and Blu-ray and an awesome steelbook. From Universal, we have How the Grinch Stole Christmas 25th Anniversary Edition with this beautiful steelbook. I love it so much. From Universal, we have Downtown Abbey, the grand finale, This is out now on 4K. And if you're a big fan of Downton Abbey, there's the Ultimate Legacy Collection with all 3 films and 6 television seasons. This thing is loaded with stuff. So if you love the show, make sure to get yourself a copy. Also from Universal, we have U571. This is the first time it comes to 4K in this beautiful steelbook. So if you love this movie, make sure to get yourself one. One last title from Arrow Video, we have The Mask on 4K for the first time ever. If you love The Mask, this classic Jim Carrey movie, make sure to get yourself a copy. Well guys, that's my time. Make sure to come back next week to check out what's new on physical media. See you guys next time.
Thank you so much, Leo. Now let's jump into the new Netflix animated family film called In Your Dreams. Now, Rebecca, you didn't have a chance to see this, but me and Kent did.
It's just out today.
Yep, this is about a family that is going through kind of an evolution. We have the father who's been this great musician for a long time. He hasn't really found his footing in a career, though. The wife, who's played by Kristen Milioti, is getting a little tired of it and is starting to figure out, I don't know if I really want to be in this relationship right now. The 2 kids are seeing this happening, and while they're doing that, they're reading this book about the Sandman and decide, I'm going to make a wish that maybe my parents can stay together. And they get whisked away into a dream world where they get to meet the Sandman. They get to meet their old imaginary friends like Baloney Tony, which is the stuffed animal played by Craig Robinson, who is ridiculous. I think this is a kind of a return to what Pixar used to give us with these really great family motifs and like real good character breakdowns that kids can relate to and understand. Because when you're talking about divorce, there's so many people that are affected by that. Kent, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought the theming was great. The theming sold it for me, right? And it's not just of the parents, but these 2 kids that don't necessarily like each other. They're sibling rivalry, but they're tied together through this journey. And if there's ever like, you know, a separation of any sort, like how much does that hurt or what do we choose? And I was really taken away by this one. Yeah,
and the thing is, Netflix has already a stacked like animation slate for this year. K-pop Demon Hunters is clearly like the frontrunner for most all of the awards things, but this one has a lot of heart to it, and that's what I liked so much. It's even got some music. There's a really beautiful, touching song that both Simu Liu and Christine Milioti sung in this, and she is a Tony-nominated actress for Once, which is one of my favorite films that are adapted into a Broadway show. But Kent, is this something that you're going to be showing to your kids?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like I look for quality animation, and thankfully Netflix does this every couple of years, or twice this year. So, they really did crush it with that. So, with that being said, it's a see it from me. Rebecca, did we sell you on it? Is it something that you might check out? It's tender, and the animation is great.
Oh, such a crybaby.
I know, so get ready.
Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe this isn't going to be appropriate, and I'll cut it. But when it comes to like the Pixar hitting
Pixar?
you in the gut punch and stuff.
No.
I've coined this term where if an animated film or something gets to you and you start crying too much, it's kicked you in the tearsticles at that point. So that's what
appropriate.
It's a gut punch, but in the best way. It has a lot of heart, it has a lot of humor, and Baloney Tony, come on.
It's great.
Absolutely. With that being said, we do have interviews with Simu Liu, Kristen Milioti, Craig Robinson, and the 2 kids of In Your Dreams. Let's take a look.
I'm so excited that they are utilizing your music talent for this movie.
Thank you.
The song is incredible, and I wanted to ask, first, what was it like working on that with Simu, and also, where in the process were you guys working on it? Was it before you gave your lines for the movie, or was it during?
Well, I actually will have to think about that because this was a long process, as they all are. Alex had told me there was going to be a song in there, and then they wrote different versions of it over the years, and we recorded a bunch of the movie, and then I worked on, because I have memories of like walking around practicing the harmonies, and I think Simu recorded it first, and then I spent a day singing along to it, and it was my favorite day.
Oh, really?
On this movie.
That's
awesome.
I
love to sing.
Which toy did you own back in the day that if you were to meet up with them again would chastise you for forgetting them?
Mine is in the storage right now. It's a great teddy bear. He's cool though.
Did he have a name?
Teddy.
I don't know. I think it's because I forgot that they exist that they would be mad at me. It's probably one of the ones that I gave like a crazy name when I was like a toddler or something.
Like I had quite a few, and it'd be nice to like bring them back because I almost like forgot about them. I should go find this.
What was it about your character when you were reading it on the page that spoke to you, made you want to sign on for this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's that he's a dreamer. I think first and foremost, I think every actor can relate to that feeling of like not wanting to give up on that dream. And I think Michael or Dad is in that very precarious place in his life where he's being faced with a lot of responsibility and this overwhelming pressure to like face reality and to be pragmatic and to I guess in some ways do the reasonable thing as a parent and to put the needs of the family first, and I think the question is in what way do you want to show up as a parent, right? Because I remember having the exact same thought when I was struggling as an actor of like, well, if I ever start a family, how am I gonna make ends meet? And am I doing the reasonable thing and continuing to kind of pursue this pipe dream of being an actor? And then, it's like, well, there's the pragmatic element of it, and then there's the emotional element of it, right? And there's the like wanting to lead by example and wanting your kids to know or to grow up with knowing that their parents did everything they could and pursued their dreams and followed their passion and gave it a good and decent shot. And I think that's the thing that eats away at Michael is the like, if I give up, what example am I setting for my kids? Because life isn't just about compromise. Life should be about taking risks, and life should be about following, realizing what your dreams are and giving yourself permission to pursue them and then doing it. And so, I think it's hard for dreamers to kind of face the music in that and to be forced in a way to come to reality when I think you could argue it's the right thing to do in this case.
I myself am a child of divorce, so there was a lot of things in this that I was relating to, just growing up and thinking about what could be and what couldn't be.
Right.
If there's anything that you are hoping to have children understand with this when it comes to your character, what would it be?
What you just said, like I think that so many people go through this, and that's also one of the things I was like really attracted to about it, was that I was like, oh, this is, this affects so many people, and to have any sort of like touchstone for that, even if it's like, if it just helps you think about it differently, if it's something that has happened to you or something that your family is going through that, I just think like, what a good thing to have in the world.
If we were going into the dream world, and you had your own dream, but Baloney Tony is with you, what kind of shenanigans are you getting into?
Probably pretty similar shenanigans. I mean, I don't know if like breakfast food is where my allegiances lie, but probably like some sort of caper for sure. He sort of invites it.
I think if anything, he would just be there to throw a curveball at whatever the actual dream is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
These animated stories, there's a lot that kids take away from it, but there's also a lot of subtext that adults take away. What's something that the adults are going to take away that maybe the kids don't see, and what vice versa would be the same?
Adults are probably going to see that you can have problems, and it's okay to have problems, and it's okay to work through them. Maybe the kids will see that how a brother and sister could be at odds at all times, but when it comes down to it, their love propels them.
It's been like 4 years since I started recording this, and even my perspective has like changed a lot. I think the more you go through life, like the more looking back on like an experience like this, like the characters are so young, and I feel like there's a lot of catharsis in like seeing their journey and being like, oh, I used to like think like that, I was so young once. But I think, for kids that are actively like going through something like this, the film can be really reassuring that like even if things don't turn out exactly the way you hope, like it can still be okay.
Yeah, like you said, even adults can learn from this. Like they can like talk to their children and clarify like that everything's gonna be all right. Communication is good, yeah.
That was so much fun. And again, make sure that you check out In Your Dreams on Netflix right now. But before we do, let's jump into Apple TV, because Pluribus came out last week. We were not given a screener for it.
No.
We watched it later.
Was a little frustrated to not get a screener at the time, but ultimately so glad, because I loved being able to watch this in real time with everybody else and discover the mystery of the universe that Vince Gilligan has crafted.
I think that's the beauty of like some streaming services releasing a show week to week, or maybe 2 episodes and then making you wait. It's not like some Netflix shows where you get the whole season and the discussion lasts a week. I want to talk about this one every single week.
It's literally all I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
It fills a void. I was a big Lost fan,
Yeah.
and so
I mean, yeah.
weekly theorizing, hopping on the internet,
Yeah.
reading everybody else's theories and opinions. This is filling that void in me.
Yeah. So can we talk much about the plot, because that's really the central part of I think how
I
people
think
will
it's
be
fair
drawn
too.
in.
Whatever comes out in the trailer is fair game in my
Okay, the trailer sells this as the world is happy. Everyone is happy except for the most negative person on the planet, and she's going to save the world.
Played by Rhea Seehorn, and if you watch Better Call Saul, you know that's Kim Wexler, and you know that she's one
Incredible.
of the best actresses we have today.
Yes.
And to talk about that format of putting it out weekly, Breaking Bad really capitalized on that. That season finale, when they went into the part 2 of that, was one of the biggest things next to
Yeah.
Game of Thrones that everybody was tuning in for. I remember that. I had my blue rock candy. I was so excited.
Yeah.
And Better Call Saul did the same thing. I'm happy that they're keeping that format here, but we just only have the first 2 episodes.
Yes.
I believe the third one is going to be out tomorrow
Tonight.
Just now.
Tonight,
Yeah,
yes.
right.
Okay, so we have to check
You're
that
so
out.
excited. You're like, I gotta
I know
go.
what I'm doing after
Now,
this.
did this give you enough mystery but enough meat on the bone to keep you engaged and watching for the rest?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Because,
Tell us what you really think.
because, I mean, at first, because, it gives you so many different things to think about and so many metaphors to
Yeah.
kind of come up with. Like, is Carol kind of a metaphor for Vince Gilligan and his time in Breaking Bad? And he's got all of these fans who only want to talk to him about Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And when Helen says, maybe now is the time to work on your book, is this his thing? And there's just so many different things to pick at and choose. Like, are there good intentions here? Are there not good intentions here? Why does Carol seem to be the only one who finds an issue with what's going on?
Okay, so is this for general audiences is the question. And I would just say, us talking like vaguely about this show may not sell you. Watch the first episode. Just give it a chance, because if you love it and how weird it gets, you'll be sucked
Because
in.
the second episode is vastly different from the first
Total
episode.
whiplash, actually.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way.
It's perfect. The first
Yeah.
episode, kind of scary.
Yeah.
It was a little
Yeah.
spooky.
There's some stuff that feels just like from the first part of The Last of Us, where,
Yes.
where the camera is going in the car, you're seeing all this chaos going around. It feels like a drama in a horror,
Yes.
but then it moves into a sci-fi. And that's where I think it's going to be for the duration of this.
Yeah.
It's not a crime syndicate thing. We're not going into, like, how do we make meth? How do we do all this stuff? It's very much this one person has a huge problem with the way the world is reacting to this moment.
Do we know if this is a mini-series or a series?
Vince Gilligan has said that he foresees 4 seasons.
4 seasons.
How? Because this is so high concept, I don't feel like it can go more than 1 or 2.
That's what we
Unless he
know.
has a plan, that's great.
I think I trust in Vince Gilligan. Whatever
True.
you're going to give, I am excited for. And Rhea Seehorn, you could literally just keep making it forever, and I would be happy.
Yeah, and it's one of those shows that can spark so many deep philosophical conversations too. Like, is this right? Is this a metaphor for AI usage? Right?
There's a lot you can unpack with this, but I hope that people get a chance to go and watch this. It's out on Apple TV right now. Get a subscription. It is worth it for this. But it's a see it for both of you too.
Absolute see
Well,
it.
and Apple TV crushing it because they're not reliant on existing IP. All of their content is original content, and they've really poured a lot of attention, time, and money into crafting good projects. And Pluribus is one of them.
If you're a dork who likes high quality, you got Silo, Severance, and now Pluribus. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Oh man, my gaggle of geeks are going to be so excited for it. That is the greatest way to end this episode. Thank you both for coming onto the show.
Thank you.
Rebecca, where can they find you?
You can find me every week at Geek Show Podcast or at YouGrossRebecca on Twitter and Instagram.
Kent, where can the people?
You can find me at the Bacon Cell Podcast and ShowtimeShowdown.com.
All right. Well, make sure that you go to cedarskipit.reviews.com so you can check out all of the interviews, all of the stuff that we didn't get a chance to show. There's a couple bonus magic tricks that Paul gave that we're going to be putting up on our Instagram. They are wild, especially the last one. Thank you again so much for watching, everybody. Make sure that you like, follow, subscribe. Here's a sneak peek of what we're going to be looking at next week, and we'll see you at the next review.